heat pumps are for sure not only a solution in new buildings. So actually what we used to advise is if you can put the flow temperature of your heating system at 55 degrees and you're still comfortable in winter, then you can replace your heating system one-on-one with a heat pump. If this is not the case, you will have to do some work, some insulation works, changing windows, maybe adding some insulation to your roof and so on. But yeah, this is actually the test we propose, and you have different types of retrofitting that you can do. You can have some smaller insulation works or really an entire retrofitting. So it really depends on building by building, but we also have really clear examples of even historical buildings, castles with a heat pump. So that's for sure possible. You also have so many different types of heat pumps with different sources, different distribution systems. So it's really, solutions are possible for every type of building. In total, so the whole EU market, right now we have around 20 million heat pumps installed, which is 15% of the buildings in Europe are equipped with a heat pump. If you look at specific countries, they're really the front runners. It's the Scandinavian countries, so Norway, Finland and Sweden. And the main reasons are, for example, in Finland you don't have a gas grid, so that competition is already gone. And then you have high carbon prices and lower electricity prices, so that's really what works quite well. And then slower maturing markets are more the Eastern European countries, Romania, Bulgaria, and so on. Also there you see, for example, that the price of a heat pump compared to a price of a fossil fuel boiler is really, there the gap is very big. So these are some of the, it's mainly the cost issue is one of the main barriers, and in those countries, this barrier is even bigger. In general, if you look at heat pumps, then of course the EPBD will have the most impact. If you renovate the lowest performing buildings, then of course these are more heat pump ready, so that's very good for heat pumps, of course. In addition, it also proposes a phase-out date for fossil fuel subsidies in 2025, and also just a phase-out planning for fossil fuel heating systems in general. In the Renewable Energy Directive, of course, the overall target of 42.5% renewables is very important for us, and there's also now a mandatory renewables in heating and cooling target, which is good. There are some specificities on the installer, so now every member state has to make sure that there are enough heat pump installers for to achieve their targets. So that's a good one on the installer's side. And then in the Energy Efficiency Directive, what is very good is that you will no longer be able to count the energy efficiency or savings from combustion technologies towards the target. So you really have to replace a fossil fuel system with a renewable system like a heat pump in order to be taken into account. Because in the past this was really in silos, so the Renewable Energy Directive, the Energy Efficiency Directive, but it gave the wrong signal if you still made efficiency savings from combustion technologies accountable for your energy efficiency target. So it's very good that this is aligned and incorporated as well. What I mentioned before is this electricity to gas price ratio, to have really an OPEX, an operation cost, where you have the electricity not too high in comparison to the gas price, because a heat pump, it's 3 to 5 times more efficient than a fossil fuel boiler. So even if the upfront costs are higher, normally you would gain that back because of the lower operating costs. But if this is not the case, because of the very high electricity prices in some countries, well, then this business case, it doesn't really make sense, and it's not paying back. So as long as that is not solved, this electricity to gas price ratio, it's very difficult to really have a good case for heat pumps. And you have in some countries, for example in the Netherlands, it has worked quite well. They have shifted quite a lot of taxes and levies from the electricity bill to general budget and gas bill. And also now in Germany, they are really proposing to lower the taxes and levies on the electricity bill. bill. So that's really something that should happen in every country to solve this business case for heat pumps.